think it's any different than being a normal person. Just you like the same sex, you know? It's like people are always like, you know, some people have what they like. Like some people like, you know, thinner girls. Some guys like thinner girls. Some guys like thicker girls. It's like, well, some guys like guys and some guys like girls. It's not like you're any less human. Mostly no, except for my grandfather. That I'm afraid of telling him to. Everybody in my family knows about it except for my grandfather, and I am afraid to tell him. I'm afraid of them acting on that hatred towards LGBT people in general, but towards me, I don't really care because I'm a person who believes that, you know, if you're gonna act, you know, unless you get physical with me, then I have no reason to fear anything you have to say because that's your opinion and that's your thought process. And if you don't like me, well, that's, you know, that's just too bad. No, aside from, you know, the one-off jokes every now and again that don't really bother me, no, personally I haven't been, but I know plenty of people who have been very discriminated against for their sexuality, and it personally hurts just to even hear the fact that people are being discriminated against for it. No, because despite how people treat me, that just puts them in the wrong. Because just because they treat me like crap does not mean that I am any less of a person. That just means that person is not in the correct mindset. No, I'm on completely equal grounds with anyone else because my sexuality does not make me any less of a human. Because I'm a person too. I have the same organs. I have the same bone structure. Everything. I am a human, and that doesn't put me, just because my sexuality does not put me on any less of a level. I would just see it that I would, if I could, I would want to make sure that it's just kind of portrayed as a normal thing. If, like, you just, like, in a normal everyday situation, you see a guy and a girl walking down the street together, and you would, you know, you'd immediately think, oh, you know, they might be dating or something, but it's like, I want it to just be a normal thing, and not this commodity that everybody thinks it is. If I could change it, I wouldn't force everybody to be gay like people think that's what... People think gay people are trying to force everybody to be gay. It's just, we want it to just be the normal thing, you know? It's not like we're trying to convert anybody to being gay all the time. I honestly worry about them more than I worry about myself, because a lot of people are in a lot worse situations than I am in. A lot of times it's like their whole family doesn't agree with that, you know, is against them. Sometimes they just can't find a safe place. And I'm much more worried about my fellow members of the LGBT community than I am about myself.
The president has called the shootings not just an act of terror, but also an act of hate. This is not the first time the members of the LGBT community have been targets, but in the wake of decades of progress and acceptance, it is resonating differently now.
Something must be done. This month alone, there have been a shocking number of news stories about teens who have been teased and bullied and then committed suicide, like 13-year-old Seth Walsh in Tehachapi, California.
I didn't really know too much about it until recently. Literally this year is when I really learned about all the violence that is towards the homosexual people.